Now I'm going to talk to you about the first meeting. The first meeting is extremely important because it is the first meeting that determines the success or the failure of the festival. It is during the first meeting that the bands get an idea that the festival is going to be something fair, beneficial, and enjoyable for them, or alternatively, that it's going to be a big waste of time. It is very important that we are very clear, that you explain information to the point that they really understand. Because it's better that we lose a group because they think it's too pedantic and there's too many regulations, rather than have a group participate because they misunderstood what they can get out of it. Hi guys. First of all, I'd like to remind you that the main reason for this meeting is to confirm the date and time of your participation in the festival. That is why we asked all the members of the group to be here. This is also the great time to ask all the questions you may have about the festival, how it's organized, and what you and your group may get out of it. The festival is organized by a corporation that has headquarters in London, Paris, Munich, Montreal, and Rome. The festival takes place in Europe and Canada, and for the 2003-2004 season, it will also take place in the United States. The corporation is the third largest in Europe as far as income is concerned, and the second largest as far as organizing concerts. Last year during the festival, 3,000 groups and 18,000 musicians participated. It took place in 14 countries, from London to France, from Italy to Canada. What's important is that the format of the festival is the same wherever you go, so you will find the same conditions, the same backline, and you may even find the same people. The festival started 12 years ago, and during these past 12 years it has continuously expanded, both in number of participants and also in locations. And what's important is that the festival, in collaboration with Sony Columbia, Warner Brothers, and Island, produced and continues to produce bands in various countries. I'm going to explain how the festival works. Each band can play either original or cover versions, but the most important thing is that they have to play live. The festival is like a contest. It's a little like a tennis tournament. It's divided in various phases, from the eliminatory to the finals, and the big event is the European final. To understand how the festival works, we're going to start from the end, the international finals. The best 24 groups will participate in this final. It takes place in Germany in August, and it is part of the famous Taubertal Open Air Festival. The festival lasts 3 days with over 30,000 people in the audience. The way it's organized is that you have 24 Emergenza bands and 24 famous bands. And there are 2 stages facing each other, and each band will play alternatively. We'll have an Emergenza band and then a famous band and so on. The Taubertal Open Air Festival is a very important festival in Europe. It's been around for 15 years. Most importantly still is that it is the #1 festival for scouters to find new talent. In fact, over 25% of Emergenza participants that arrive to the final festival have obtained professional contracts. Columbia, Sony, Island, and Warner Brothers are the official participators in this final event. However, there are also very many other companies and scouters that come to look for new talent. We're going to get back to this later on, but what's important to know for now is that all transportation, hotel, lodging, expenses, backstage beer will be taken care of by the Emergenza Festival. The 24 bands that participate in the international final come from the regional finals. During the regional finals, there are 12 bands participating, and it always takes place in a very important and prestigious venue. Of these 12 bands, the winner will become one of the 24 to participate in the international final. The 12 participants of the regional finals are the winners of the semifinals. There are 6 semifinals. 8 bands participate in each semifinal, and 2 are considered as winners to move on to the regional. The first step of the festivals are the eliminatories. Today we are going to give you the date and time of participation. 8 groups are going to participate in the eliminatories, and only 4 are going to move on to the semifinals. One thing that is absolutely important for the success of the festival is punctuality, being on time. You have to understand that it is absolutely necessary that you respect your time slots, both for yourself and for respect of others, in order to have a successful event. Now I'm going to tell you how a typical night at Emergenza Festival works. There will be 8 bands playing. Each band will have 25 minutes to play their songs and 5 minutes for changeover. It is very important that you respect those 25 minutes. We also ask you within the next few days to give us a song list with the exact duration of each song in order for us to fully and efficiently coordinate the event. Each night, 8 bands will play. The first will start at 7:30 p.m. and the last will finish at 11:30. So you have to arrive on time. Also, each band will have half an hour for sound check in the afternoon. And here I cannot stress enough how important it is to arrive on time. Because if you arrive late, even just 5 minutes late, you will not only lose your sound check time, but you won't even be able to participate anymore in the event. I mean, the whole festival. I know this may seem a little rigid, but we have to do this in order to assure that you get the best service possible. During this meeting, we're going to give you your time slot, the date and the time of your performance. However, 3 days before the event, before you play, we will be meeting again. And we're going to have a technical meeting. It is during the technical meeting that you can ask all the questions, and we're going to arrive to all and give you all the answers to your queries. That is, during the technical meeting, all the technical aspects will be resolved. There will be no question marks about anything. You will understand exactly what you have to do, and the organization will know exactly what you need. Now, like I said before, all technical concerns will be resolved during the technical meeting. However, I'll give some general information right now, and that is that the stage is going to come fully equipped. That is, on the stage, you're going to find 2 guitar amps, you're going to find a bass amp, and you're going to find a drum set. So each musician must bring his own personal instrument. That is, he must bring his guitar, his bass, or his flute, whatever instrument he plays. However, he cannot bring the actual amplification. As far as keyboards are concerned, you will have to bring your own keyboard. Now I'm going to tell you how bands are judged. It is the public that judges the bands. Except for the regional and the final, it will be the public that determines who is the winner. And how does this work? Everyone has 25 minutes to play. And during the changeover, the MC is going to go up on stage and is going to ask the public directly to give a show of hands, to raise their hand to vote for the group. And then the MC and other people are going to count the hands that are raised. That means that by the end of the evening, they're actually going to have a classification of the bands and the appreciation of the public accordingly. In this way, the public will choose which 4 out of the 8 bands will move on to the semifinals, and in a similar fashion, which 2 bands will move on to the regional finals. The regional finals are going to be organized like all the other events. We're going to have the public, which is going to decide which are, according to them, the best bands, always doing a show of hands system. The public, so at the end of the event, we're going to have a hierarchy of the 12 bands. Now, among the first 6 that qualify, or the first 6 bands that have been chosen by the public, will be judged by a professional jury. In fact, it will be the professional jury, members of the music industry, who will determine which band, which one final band will move on to the international finals. And at the end of the event, the jury is going to come down on stage during the award ceremony, and they're not only going to say the name of the winner, but they're also going to tell who they are, what their role in the music industry is, and give the reasons why that one band was selected.